Are we good?
If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving a new one. Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. As you can hear, our good friend Josh is hanging out with us today. And of course, we have our lovely co-host Sammy over there in the background. We all know that Bitcoin's been kind of trending sideways. No one really knows whether the price is going to go up or down. What we're looking at, is this just part of the bull market, or are we headed into the bear market? Regulation is at the doorstep, scaring everybody left and right. But of course, we're just here to continue to have a good time and talk about everything in a realistic perception. So, Sammy, what's going on over there?
You know.
How are you feeling?
Things and stuff. I am feeling fine.
Did you see the price was up a little bit today?
Yeah, I did. I mean, 5%. Yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm sure everybody's happy. Okay, Josh, go.
Yeah, this 30 to 40,000 is the range. So people are saying if we break out, we'll break out, and keep going. I don't know. I'm not a big TA person, so.
No one knows. That is the magic of it. Is no one really knows. I don't care what Tone Bay says. He don't know.
I mean, I don't sit there and draw technical analysis lines myself on a chart. I mean, I look at other people on YouTube when they're drawing their lines, and I think, well, that kind of makes sense. So when they sit there and they say stuff like 42 to 45 is the area to break, to start telling and indicating that Bitcoin is going to be going into 100K area, right? Yes. The way up there, the big pump that we're looking for, anticipating, wondering where it's at. I say, yeah, I can agree with that. And then with today, I think we got up to like 41, 42, 41, close to it. And then we slid back. I mean, that's what I keep feeling, and I was just saying to Josh here a minute ago, I love cryptocurrency. You guys all know that. And I think that we're going to go places, but it does seem like it's that slow period that happens in the bear market that gets people to just want to get into something else because they're bored.
I mean, yeah, people are impulsive and people do get bored, and I've always said, that is the problem. All of these fulfilling prophecies of TA and whatnot is because, everybody is bored. That's why people in, real life have drama and whatnot. And they're bored. You're bored. Yep.
Yeah, but, if you're bored, I guess the good way to think about it is, look at how the macroeconomic picture with what's going on with fiat and how that's affecting Bitcoin versus stocks, and you can kind of tie that in together if you want some external stimulus.
Right, if you need
but
some
no pun intended.
Look at that. I got you. Yes, that is a good see.
And Bitcoin is working with that, but yeah, I guess I look at the bigger cycles. Are we in a bear market? I don't know. But, I have a confession to make. I'm not I don't care enough to totally understand the difference between the exponential moving average and the simple moving average.
Oh, dude, I had no idea. You're fine. Yep.
The 200 day. Oh. Very important 200 day.
Okay, coming from, a multi-decade cloud watcher, okay? You can find anything and freaking anything, and that is what I love about TA. Show me, oh my God, a Bart Simpson's, I can find it. You can find it. You can find it anywhere. You just have to look.
Where's your triangles and cups and handles and shooting stars and falling hammers?
Dude.
I mean, I open up my Blockfolio app or whatever, and I like look at the 1 day and the 3 day and the week and the month, and I'm like, okay, we're kind of trending up. That's good, or trending down, or it's been up and down or whatever. But it's kind of just like my horoscope at this point.
Yep.
I don't know.
Damn if we really know, right? I don't know if that's also why I think John Baez is so infuriating. It's just that, I mean, he does a lot. It is like, man, yes. I don't know. I get TA. I do understand it. Yes, you can probably figure some shit out. Just like math is real. Okay, math is real. Do I like excel in it? No. So why would I like? So I am happy when it's up. I don't really care when it's down. Like I do know. I really do believe that. I mean, when we need Bitcoin to be worth whatever it needs to be worth, that it should be, unless like I mean, catastrophic things would need to be happening.
Every time I think about the price of Bitcoin, I try not to think about it too much, because if I do, it comes back to this analyzation that I did way back when I was trying to figure out Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And that's that I still don't understand why we allow how much Bitcoin is at the exchanges being traded back and forth and wash traded. What, like somewhere between 10 and 20% at most of Bitcoin is actually on the exchange being traded. Now, we're also talking about how many people are on the exchange trading. That's also a small percentage of people that hold and deal with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, but they're the ones that move the market, man. Don't you know? Like I don't even. Yes.
Right.
So a small percentage of people who have a small percentage of Bitcoin are the ones that get to determine the price of Bitcoin for everybody.
Yeah, no, that don't make sense. I got
Yeah.
you. Yes.
I mean, I think it's just another one of these indicators that helps you know how much society or the average dumb mouth breather can see with their own eyes that Bitcoin has value. You know, some days they see it more than others. But like you're saying, Samantha, when the time comes and the crisis, like you were saying, it has blown out of proportion where you can't seal these cracks with the fiat dollar, their eyes will be open, because we've seen the price come up. We've seen them blink and open their eyes. We've seen Bitcoin come into the regular news.
Oh yeah, a lot.
From comparison to where it was when we first started in Bitcoin, there's so much more word and information easily accessible for people that are willing to just open their eyes and ears to another solution to why the dollar bill is failing them. But the price today is the price today based on morons. Some morons that think that they can gamble on the future currency and determine whether it's going to go up and down and try to make more fiat cash off of it so they can pay their mortgage.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is fake. A lot of it's just algorithmic bots doing their thing, trying to make a little money, and half of them are probably losing money, and the other half are making the money. I don't know.
No, dude. I mean, yeah. Like, how long did we sit there and go, "How is Tether even like?" Oh, but let's get audited 16 times and figure out that it. Oh, and that's how you're not. I mean, all of this stuff, like.
Well, the wash trading. I mean, all these exchange wash traded for so many years to pump up to fake what their volume was, and now the exchanges are supposed to be more reputable because they're regulated, because they're banks now. Well, without the wash trading happening, we're also not seeing the markets move.
No, that's why everybody's so pissed. Yeah.
But if that's just, you're never gonna get rid of it altogether. But if people want to trade short term, if it's the price, if they trade the price too low, it's a cheap deal. If they trade the price too high, people, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, you got to be long term in this, and yeah, I agree with being long term. It's just, yeah, the short term price with the CME gaps and all the synthetic Bitcoin and all that. I don't know.
I really think it would take a lot for me to sell our Bitcoin now. You know what I mean? Like, it is like, no. And I mean, it would need to be like so fundamental of a freaking payout, which I don't even see how that is possible at this moment. That, I mean,
But
No.
right, but do you think that you feel this way? Because I know I feel the same way too. Do you think that we feel this way because we had a lot of Bitcoin and we sold and then watched it go up more and then watched, you know what I mean? Like that we could have been millionaires.
Oh, you mean you
And
could have been Atomizers? I gotcha. I mean, I
but
don't know.
but we didn't because of the time that we sold and
And
all
our
of that,
stupidity,
right?
and
And our
our
own stupidities
yes,
and
our
whatever.
naiveness, and whatever else you want to go with.
Is it that you see the ticket that you have now with the Satoshis or Bitcoin or whatever amount that you have? Do you see that like, oh,
Yes.
this is the golden
Yes.
ticket? I just
Yes.
have to wait till the day the counter expires.
Yes, I am kicking 3 years ago Sam's ass about how we were swiping your shift card for Diet Mountain Dews. Okay, like that was not cool. In the end, looking back, that
if
was
you
like,
were,
I don't even know, $30,000 worth of Diet Mountain Dew. Like,
it's hard for me to put myself in the new person's perspective with no Bitcoin and not a lot of money to throw in and just being like, am I going to get super excited about this right now? I just can't put myself in that position. So I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is, I guess it is all the.
I think I would be excited. You should be, but if,
Like, I think it is like, because like, I mean, we owned way more Ethereum in the beginning than we've ever owned anything else. Like now, like looking back, like in the grand portfolio, like we had so much Ethereum, I don't even want to think about it. Like for real. So it's like I don't know if it is.
I could have ran some validating nodes.
that you need to have all the trials and errors and the tribulations to actually value what you have. And as a noob, you never do.
Yeah.
I mean, we did so many. We bought so many things, hoping to comp and dump, and oh, is it gonna this and is it gonna that? Because it was. But looking back now, it was like, oh my God, we were dumbasses, just dumbasses. Like, why?
Yeah, but I mean, at the time, it was also that we didn't have a lot of money, and we were looking to try to find a way to come up.
Yeah, that one ERC20 token, man, it screwed us for a while. It was like that for like, oh, the lotto ticket, okay? It was. We just were like, kept being like, there'll be another one that is gonna be that one. No, it was like draw of the luck, okay? We picked some random crap and it pumped. Whew, not even fair.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I actually I put $1 into a slot machine when I was on vacation because we flew out of Reno, Nevada.
Oh no. So like
I never really gambled. Of course, we all lost. Everyone did one, and we all lost. So that was good because I didn't get addicted. But
yeah, no, I mean, okay, as a scratch off or a state lotto, that is some really expensive, like 2x4 inch like paper, okay, cardboard.
yeah.
I don't care that shit's not glossy enough. Like it is not for whatever price you pay. And then the real like stuff, it's like a weird mixture between bar and like I guess gambling. I don't know. Like it's just very. I don't like it. I don't like it, and
Yeah.
I can't play cards, so that is the other part of casino-ness. Ugh.
I don't know. The closest I ever came to gambling was they had those Veteran Alliance internet cafes all over Florida, and you could go in every day, and they'd give you a free $1 on a card to be able to gamble with, and they'd give you free a bag of chips and a soda. And I used to stop in after my college classes and get the free bag of chips and soda, and I'd swipe my card and get the $1, and then I'd leave.
Because they didn't make you pay, but you had to like physically be there and swipe a card to get their credit.
And I'd collect up, $30-$40, and then I'd just play like a game, like one game, and I won a few times where I turned like the $30 or $40 I had into like 200, 500, and I mean that was fun. I never took money out of my pocket.
No, it was all their free credits. He literally.
I like the chips and soda for free. It was after class.
He bring the chips and sodas to me because guess what? They had Diet Mountain Dew and Funyuns.
At one point, I had other people's cards too.
Yep, I had one and he had my card. He had like two of his best friends because they were all like, "Oh, it's cool," but I don't. You just have to swipe the card. And fun fact, in the end, they actually went to, well, like the actual funders, like
Oh yeah,
the
the
owners.
Veteran Alliance
Yeah,
Internet
they went
Cafe
to
people.
prison,
Yeah.
like for like fraudulent, like they
Yeah.
counterfeited. Not a single thing went to a veteran, and
Oh,
it wasn't quite real. And they didn't actually know where the money that the winnings came from were funded from. And I mean, it was run by a Middle Eastern man. So we don't actually know, but they did go to jail. They were on the news and everything.
Yeah.
We had already left, but we were all like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Man, so yeah, at least you won money."
wow, that's bad. You know, it's a lot. I don't see this personally, but I hear people on YouTube talking about how a lot of these new, you know, S coin tokens are supposedly donating a lot of money to charity, and it's not really like
Oh, like yeah,
it's just
right,
a
right.
sign of a scammy project nowadays, a scammy ICO.
Are they donating a lot of money in the sense that they're donating a lot of their tokens?
Yeah, right.
Or
You can
or
have
not doing it at
1,000
all,
tokens.
or just not doing it at all. And if they are donating, it's a very small amount, and most of it's just going to the founders.
Man, so
Speaking of
it's like,
S coin, I think I heard that Coinbase is adding Shibu Inu coin.
oh, for the love
I
of
know it's one of
God.
your favorite ones, Sammy.
Oh, because the doggies never die. Wow, yeah, okay. I mean, that's cool.
I don't know if we would have held on to all of our Doge. That would have been a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
money too.
don't want to think about that one either. It's not quite the Ethereum fund we lost, but actually, because of my ridiculousness, we did have quite a lot.
Well, there was the faucet for a while that was paying out like 4 Doge like every time you'd click it.
You can click it every hour. Mm. Yep. Yeah. Mm. All
Damn.
right. News.
We got fluffy ponies in jail.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's some shit.
I mean, it sounds like something, like that would possibly happen. Especially notice what it was 2019.
No,
that
it's 2009.
or 2009.
2009. He worked for this company in 2009. He forged the books in 2009 for some South African something because he worked for some, oh God, it was like E something was the name. But he literally was taking invoices and apparently dispersing the invoices for certain companies to his company, even though it wasn't, right, it wasn't legal and he was forging the books. But apparently, yes, that's what 2009. Not even cryptocurrency shit, just white collar. Just white collar in South Africa.
And
Cool.
then get picked up on what extradition charges.
Yes, in like New Mexico or Nevada or I don't even forget, somewhere in the United States. That's some
when
shit.
a private jet gets
On it, yeah, private jet.
Fuel.
Well, do you think they went after him because of the Monero stuff, or because?
I mean, I think that
Yeah, I mean,
I think that they probably are after him for lots of things he's done since apparently 2009 onward. I would say, I mean, if you're gonna do that back then, why would they not be like wanting you for the stuff you've done right now?
It'd be a whole like John McAfee thing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
The government's after me.
You know what? If it's just $100,000 he stole, that's not as bad as John McAfee. Like, I don't think he did anything wrong with Monero. Like, I don't think. Maybe they can charge him for Monero. I don't know. I don't think he did anything wrong, but.
I'm saying you got to get really up there for John McAfee. Okay, where is the family? Is a family missing? Because if their family isn't missing, you're not topping him. Okay.
R.I.P. All right.
I know. Sorry, John.
Let's see, what else do I got? I only got the other thing was 51% attack on Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. So what's this, the second time or
Do you
third
think he's
time?
crying? I'm just wondering because he is a crier. Do you think he's crying?
No, he's probably looking to sue somebody else.
Oh.
You know what, Funky Pony? If they're gonna get him extradited for $100,000, like I'm paying my taxes.
For real,
I don't
Josh.
want that.
Yay.
I don't want
We
that
throw
smoke.
our own people in jail like super fast. Do you remember Wesley Snipes?
Yeah,
like,
right.
pay your taxes. Oh, yeah. Like, I don't know. Yes, we're all on the record.
I don't know.
Taxes.
To me, taxes. Okay, yes, taxes suck. Nobody wants to pay taxes, but you gotta make a lot of money in order for them to want a lot of money, right? When you're really, I like normal people, it doesn't add up to be all that much, especially if you take the time to understand taxes enough to write things and do things a certain way. What are you doing? Oh, the dogs.
Making sure they weren't eating the rest of our food. They are not. Our son is actually watching them, so that's, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, right? Yay, gold star. It's the small things, Josh. Not everybody else. Small things.
So, what's your prediction, Josh? Do you think the cryptocurrency market will live up to what the stock to flow model, right? Do you think that we'll see $100,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year, beginning of next year? Or do you think that the stock to flow model is broken and that what we have is, was the high and that we may be in a bear market? It could go lower, but we're at least going to tread sideways for a while.
I think 100K is in the future. I don't know if we're gonna take a break and then go up or go down a little bit, but I could see 100K by the end of this year, and I could see maybe in the next couple of years. I think 100K is coming. I don't necessarily think the stock to flow model is misnamed, in my opinion, because does it apply to deflationary assets, and do they go to infinity? I mean, you have to consider demand, so
Right.
it should be stock to flow to demand. I don't know, and that's making assumptions. So,
No, I mean,
but
it is a good point. It's just that a lot of people do look at the stock to flow. Like, that's been one of the main charts that they always like to throw up with Bitcoin to say, hey, look, Bitcoin's going way up here, everybody. You should buy some now.
Yeah, but I do get you, Josh. It's a skew. Where are your like margins here? Like, yes, I got you.
Yeah, because stock
I
to flow
mean,
always breaks down the second that the world doesn't accept Bitcoin anymore.
yeah.
Cool.
So what the
But I
last
do,
one
I
we
do
got
think
here is regulation, right? Everyone's talking about the regulation. Everyone wants to know if what with this infrastructure bill that is gonna pass, could pass.
And
If
it's the
there's
one that they're like doing, like, even though they're supposed to be on vacation or some bullshit. Like,
it's the one that there has all the amendments and stuff, and that's one of the
Yeah.
amendments is gonna list all cryptocurrency people as brokers, and them being listed as a broker means that there'll be KYC and taxation and stuff that's supposed to make it's going to be unrealistic to enforce it and unrealistic that they could actually make this happen and get the money that they're looking for out of it. But it's scaring people in the market to think that there's going to be a ban, the price is going to come down, like you're not going to be able to mine in the United States.
yeah. Well, it's not scaring the market yet because prices have been fairly stable. But I considered calling my senator today, and I might do it tomorrow. I'm just gonna find some pre-written shit and have my phone read it to them.
Yes, Josh. Come
So
on, they have to have
maybe I will record that tomorrow, perhaps. But
Oh.
if I get around to it. But yeah, it's pretty horrible. I don't think they're gonna do it, and it is a little disturbing, the lack of understanding of what is going on, and just every decentralized exchange is going to have to know exactly who you are when you use them.
I mean,
That's just not going to happen.
That's going to be some shit. Like, if I see, and I'm with you on that. I don't know how they're going. It's almost to the level of saying that they need to know if you are not things and stuff. It's going to be very hard to make everybody comply and also be able to make sure that you have everybody complying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't get why they don't just track us as much as they can have the centralized exchanges tell the government what address that you're sending it to, and they can just figure it out on their own. And if we're like
if they
pushing the
regulate
limits
it,
too
right?
hard, they can tax us later. If they could just don't make me fill out all this stupid paperwork and shit. Like,
Yeah, that's what I would go with. Like, am I on your radar? If I am on your radar already, then yes, I will fill out your shit. If I am not, and you have no idea, and you're just asking me random questions and I have to fill out your shit, no, no. But yes, if I am already on a list somewhere, can you please provide? Yeah, then fine, sure. But
I don't want to do it either way. I'm probably on a list. I'm on a few lists. But yeah, no, it's I guess Fluffy. Thank you, Fluffy Pony, for creating the narrative. But anyway,
don't get expedited, Josh. Oh.
no,
Expedited.
I'm not too worried about it.
I mean, I don't know. Yes.
No, I actually
a new way to fund the market, that's for sure. And it seems like they found one here. And it's a whole situation of, you can say a lot of things. You can say, I want to tax you every time you fart, but how is that going to work? You
need compliance.
So they can say all of this stuff, but they don't know what they're talking about. It's not really going to work. Is it going to be a scare tactic to make some people back out of the cryptocurrency market? I don't see anything long term. Like, I don't see it being like months of any of a hedge fund or something that's looking to buy a couple $1 million worth of Bitcoin. I don't see them holding off for more than a couple of months to find out how this goes. So what are you really talking about? Another opportunity for the individual out there to buy Satoshis cheaper because there's not another hedge fund buying up $1 million of this crap? This
maybe the
regulation
hedge
isn't going
funds.
to scare the average person if they're incited and informed like we are. They're only going to stop the person who's a no coiner from becoming a Bitcoiner.
They're not going to be like, oh, you have a ledger or a hardware wallet, you're going to jail. Like, if
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not going to be that bad. Maybe the hedge funds want some regulation. I think hypothetically a little regulation could be good for the price, but what they're doing right now is crazy. Yeah. I got roasted in someone's chat the other day for saying, well, maybe regulation could be okay. Essentially, I got so roasted.
It's a security blanket. I do think that when you say the word regulation, there is a wide majority of people who may or may not have been in cryptocurrency type that's a nice little buffer for them. That's a nice little bridge that helps them get over there. Oh, it's not just dark market and baby smuggling and regulated, right?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of think there should be like regulated securities that like people can invest in and be like, well, the team is like all vetted and they have contracts and they're going to do this or that or else. And then there should be like unregulated stuff where you can do whatever you want, and like as long as you know, like, hey, the government hasn't like checked this out or whatever. But maybe that's never going to happen, and everybody's going to get overregulated.
So you'd like to have like the Chinese knockoff market and the real market right next to each other and take your pick.
I don't know.
Or Pumu.
I don't know. I just, if I want to do this, like, let people do their thing, and if they lose money, like, that's too bad for them. Like,
isn't that what like Uniswap or whatever is doing now? Like, you go to the list and they have like the regulated ones, but they took a bunch of them off. And now if you want them, you can still get them, but you have to put in the contract for the ERC20 token,
right,
and then it becomes
some more like little terms of agreement saying, yes, I know.
Yeah, you have to say, I'm looking to do this, and like have the information on your own that this coin exists. And then once you put in the information, it allows you to, stake and all that good stuff with it, or
I gotcha. So it's like hidden stuff. It's like, if you're just looking at it, those are your choices. if you actually know some stuff and you want to Google search it, then there we go. Now you have things. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what's happened. I haven't done that on Uniswap, putting in since that's happened, but yeah, I mean, yeah, or you could just, yeah, Uniswap is still, any token can put their stuff on the contract, but their front end isn't gonna just bring it up right away. So
Right, they're not gonna just have that
yeah,
stuff like commercialing at you. If you want it, you got to go put it in there.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, that's fair. That works. I'm okay with that, I guess. It's not great for those projects, but
It's better than
you can always use another website that
like,
taps into.
I mean, I don't know. I am with you, Josh, on that. I mean, I really do think that sadly, there is a portion of people that it wouldn't make it. It could make the market move. But in the same aspect, I also can see the portion of people that it's not to make it drop, because I mean that regulation is a big deal. I don't want regulation. I mean that's not.
Yeah, I don't really want it either. I just think for businesses and like big fish, maybe it would help them, but like how far down the ladder does it go? Like I don't know. And maybe they would just blanket regulate everything and screw it up because it's government.
Right?
But
Libertarians, right? Libertarians. We've had Bitcoin for a long time, right? And now that's the point, is that it's not all about us and what we want. They're taking it, they're getting their regulation so that they can all feel secure. But if we want $1 million Bitcoin, we've had a long time and we didn't do it already, right? So apparently this is going to take the world. And with the world, it means that not everyone gets what you want with decentralization. We have to come to an agreement that we can all agree upon.
Oh God, don't say the word consensus.
I mean,
world consensus is going to be real hard.
World consensus. I mean, they get to try to regulate it, but then it's a matter of what sticks. They can throw all the regulation they want at it here.
Dude, it took 2 years of 2% of the population to come to its own consensus. What are you talking about right now? Huh? No. It'd be
yeah,
better.
the bad part is then when people are holding Bitcoin, they kind of have a little bit of like influence on the network. And if they're mining and if they're running an exchange, then they kind of have influence on what's generally accepted. And it's all a mishmash and the lines are getting blurry. But I hope we can kind of all come together a little bit on this. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pessimistic and optimistic at the same time.
Optimistically.
Optopestic.
Pessimistic.
I don't even know. I mean, yes.
I mean, Bitcoin's not going anywhere.
No.
So
I don't think it's going to die. I mean, yeah. No.
So really, I mean, what's the real question for us that hold Bitcoin right now? What, they come in with some regulation? Well, I mean, I'm not really moving my Bitcoin or doing anything with it. So is this regulation really going to do anything? Or is this just something that's going to fizzle out here real quick because they can't enforce it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you do? Like 5 and 7 and 8 and 10-year like audits or whatever? I mean, it's going to get where they said, did you own or have this or that on an exchange or this or that? I mean, the questions are going to be no answers for a lot now. So, I mean, really?
Right.
Well,
I don't want to have to operate in the black market, and I don't want to have to operate it. I don't have to write forms that say I own this and I own that right now. And now they're going to start taxing me on it before I even sell it. And like, that wouldn't be too cool, but.
I hope. I don't do my taxes. Eugene does, so there we go.
It would just get uncomfortable, but I think Bitcoin and crypto is at the point where people would complain about that enough that I would hope it wouldn't be that bad. But it might be a struggle.
Shut up about this, that they're not going to get what they want, right? That the government's not going to get to just blanket everybody and everything as a broker and then apply this broad spectrum of rules and terms and expect every single person who's not in this country also to follow these rules that they made up for something that's already been in progress for coming up on 12 years.
Oh, just a decade. I mean, hey.
Right? I mean, So it's like court, right? You can come in and want all that you want in the beginning, but you know what? There's somebody else that's going to step in this courtroom and try to shut all of your shit down and tell you why that's not going to happen. And then the judge would be like the Bitcoin network, and it's going to determine what happens because some regulation may stick because people comply, and the rest of it's not going to matter because it's just going to get thrown out.
Mini census. I got you. Whatever. It's going to be what it's going to be.
I don't know. It'd be like what if it really starts affecting the miners, because a lot of miners did hop over here from China with the ban and all of the good stuff. And
dude, there's so many better places than here, like so many other places. So really, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean they'll get up and move elsewhere, but that's supposed to be part of it. Is that you're also, you're exporting all of the mining out of the United States. That's not good for the United States. That's how we get the next edge on other countries. We start being able to tap in our power and store it in Bitcoin, right? Because that's how they're doing a lot of the Bitcoin mining.
Russia's already kicking our ass. So what difference does it make?
This is our chance, though. It would be embarrassing if we didn't take the chance from China, kicking everybody out, and then we're like, oh, China is so smart. We should do what they do and kick everybody out. Like, oh,
kick everybody out.
Damn it! I know, yeah. Right?
But hopefully it's just decentralized, because these mining facilities are getting so big. The government could easily be like, you can't ship those miners out. We're just gonna take them all. And now we're going to do our thing. So.
Customs. Yeah.
Customs confiscation, and then they go plug them in, start trying to 51% attack.
Sorry, well, did you leave the port?
You listen to Chico. His whole conspiracy about China's just making them come into the U.S. to like infiltrate us.
Oh, nice. We got, yeah.
They still work for China.
I like it. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I mean, it's just very Cold War style. Like, all of them. Like, pick a war. Any of them. All of them. Back in the day. Espionage is awesome. All right.
I don't have any more. So, I don't know what to say about Bitcoin recently. I do feel that it has a place in our future. It's hard to say why it's up and why it's down at certain times, but the general trend is that people realize that there is power in a decentralized currency that you can send from one individual to another individual without a third party and without censorship. The need for that's going to grow. These are facts. That's what all of this is based on and with. So I'm going to keep stacking some Satoshis because COVID's up again, right? Lockdowns are coming. Inflation rates are going crazy. People at McDonald's are making $12 an hour.
And also getting punched in the face. What is that?
Nobody wants to go back to work. These sound like crazy days. I want some Bitcoin at least. It's like a little something to tuck under my pillow. I know
right
that dollar.
An MRE. Yep.
Yeah. Dollar bills in the bank are not going to make me feel good.
No, you know what?
Get them out when I need them. I don't think they're going to be worth anything.
If I'm going to have dollar bills, I mean, it's just for like buying groceries and stuff. Like, I want that in my possession, not even at the bank. So.
Yeah,
they don't
know.
I don't know.
Banks are kind of sketchy. I mean, okay, so we went on a road trip today, right, to visit Eugene's family members, and literally,
I had spent all the cash I had on me on the way down and lunch and stuff like that.
And we had like 20 miles type deal left
of gas, and
right?
I had to fill up. And I pulled in the gas station.
Because we've been, 20 or 30 miles driving, and there nothing. We're on like rural road X, okay, like nothing. First gas station. Eugene goes and swipes the debit card, right? Sorry. Credit network unavailable.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Then he's like, Sam, just, take my card, go walk your happy butt over there, and go on the door in big, giant, handwritten signs, cash only.
Oh no.
Yeah, oh, that's cool. How are we doing this?
I mean, we found a gas station.
Oh, it was very disconcerting when literally we looked across the street because we were at a racetrack. There was a 7-Eleven, a racetrack, and a Sunoco. Okay, the 7-Eleven across the street on the gas number signs, it literally had written out on both of the gas signs. Josh is just a Kosh.
Oh, it's camera.
Are you there, Josh? Josh is gone.
Well, we'll give Josh a minute to come back. And if not, we'll go ahead and we'll start wrapping up this episode. I am out of coffee, so I don't have any more here. What have you been feeling, Samantha? Do you think that... Making faces over there. Do you think that the price of Bitcoin is going to be coming up here soon? Like with the fact that we've seen us break up to 42,000 today? Or do you think that this is just another one of these up and downs in this bracket area that we seem to be trending in? And this was the top, of course, and we're going to trend back to the downside, and that it's going to take the next halving really to get this Bitcoin to see an all new high again.
I would like to say no, but I mean, the person in me who has spent all of the almost 5 years now is saying, yeah, I mean, that is a possibility. We've went through 2 happenings now, so I don't know.
It does feel like it could be, that 60, whatever, 3, 4, 5 was the high. And that the pump is not going to be as big as the pump has been, right? I would like there to be another one, but realistically, if there is, I'm probably not going to take any profits. It's not going to be anything more than just something to say. So with that being the case, I can live without it. I can live without it if it means I get the opportunity to collect more Satoshis for a certain period of time while I'm not daily, but bi-weekly, monthly area cost averaging.
Let's just go with that. Cost averaging. Whatever pattern you want. Okay. Yep.
It's one thing to get to say something. It's another thing to get to live it, right?
It is.
All right. Was Josh able to make it back?
No, I think we had someone, which would have been Josh, except it was a different name for a nanosecond waiting, and now it's gone again. So
you have to click a...
I know, but it was only there a nanosecond.
That was him using his laptop then, because he was on his phone.
All right. So...
Well, we appreciate you guys coming here and hanging out with us for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. Please go check out Josh's channel. I'm going to put a link to it down below. He's been out there doing great content for a while. The cryptocurrency space needs all of us to continue to keep rallying around it, even though it's out there and the words of it are on the daily news. The true words of why Bitcoin is important, this peer-to-peer transaction. Is he back?
Yes. All right.
Awesome.
So hit it. Admit.
Yep.
Right? It says joining.
It takes a second.
I'm not good at this. And we have no picture.
That's okay.
And ask to unmute. Yay!
My phone ran out of battery. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad that you made it back. I think we're getting ready to wrap up the show, though, so we'd love to hear your final thoughts and words of wisdom for everybody out there. Uh-oh.
He froze.
He froze.
He froze.
Words
Well-
of wisdom.
No.
This is my
Yeah, sorry. We're all the computer doesn't work. But it was great being on with you two, and hi to everyone watching, and thanks for having me on. It was good chatting, and
You're always welcome, Josh. We really appreciate you coming here and hanging out with us.
We love you, Josh.
Yeah, it's
I
one of
love
the
you
best things
too.
we do is hanging out with you.
You're the only one who hangs out with us.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with people on crypto stuff. I'd do it more if I knew more people, but
Right? So would we. People. Find us and Josh and hang out with us, man. All right, he is frozen again.
All right, you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Remember, keep that BTC safe. Later.
Bye, guys.